kept journals and diaries. I think it had a lot to do with my mother. She's an English major, and she always was really, "Oh, you really think that, Traci? Well, go and write it down and see if you really think it. Work through it." Mm-hmm. She was always really, big on that, writing things down, and I'm really glad that she made me do that. When I was writing the album, that was the most difficult thing, because I would just go through periods when I would think all of these things, but I couldn't express them, and I couldn't put them down on paper. And how do you say all of this in a couple of lines? All of these thoughts, all of these emotions. How do you express that without making it sound too tragic or too whatever? And
is it true that it was the first time that you revealed that you were raped when you were 11 years old?
Yeah, especially to the world. But the first time I've ever said it out loud was on that track, Father's Field. This was a major thing in my life that made me who I am, and I'm not ashamed of it. I lived years and years with that shame, like a lot of women and men that are raped do, and that's not shame.
But in the song you say that it's all my fault or something like that.
Because that's really how I felt for a very long time.
You also said in some interviews that I read that you never told your mother about this?
No, I didn't. Before the album came out, I told her, because I didn't want her to read it somewhere. My mom has been really great. She really has. I mean, there was a long time when I just didn't know who she was, and I was really, really angry and really rebellious, and didn't speak to her, ran away from home, went through the whole thing. But I really have to say, once everything came to a head, my mother has really been remarkable.
You're a very smart woman. Why did things go so completely wrong for you when you were so young?
It was not because I was stupid. I was never stupid. I've always been, a bright woman, bright girl. I think with me that being raped and it really, really, really messed me up. It was the single most traumatic thing that ever happened to me in my life, and it made me insane. It really did. It made me crazy, and that, not that alone, but that and things that happened afterwards, and growing up and being really overdeveloped and being always thought of as the bad girl because of the way I looked. I was always completely tortured with that, and a lot of other things that happened, and then my parents being apart, my dad being the alcoholic, just like a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. And then you did the worst things a woman can do. You went in the porn business and you became a drug addict.
There are very few people on the face of this earth that haven't had sex when they were younger, that haven't had sex in high school. And there are very few people that I know personally that haven't done drugs. The scandalous thing was that there was a video camera, that it was recorded, and that I was 15 years old. And that is shocking, and that is scandalous. And it did hurt me a lot. Not until much later, when I became very sober and had to deal with my own reality. But as far as being a bad girl or a bad person because of that, I think that's a crock.
How did you experience this period?
I was very, very high for about 3 years.
All the time?
Most of the time, yeah. I was really exercising my demons. 3 years is not really that long to do it, if you think about the demons.
I was thinking before this interview, that you must have a dilemma. On the one hand, you don't want to be the former porno actress anymore. On the other hand, it helps you a lot to sell your records, and it gives you a lot of publicity. How do you deal with it?
The thing is that I haven't been successful because of my past. I've been successful in spite of my past. That's absolutely the truth.
So you mean that...
And I was there, I know. I know about the roles I lost because of it. I know about the stigma attached to it. I know about all of that. I'm not even to go near the personal downfall, bad side of it. But just as far as strictly talking about career, I think it has really hurt me.
Some say that women in the porno business are victims, they're being used, and others say that they have themselves to blame, and that they like it. What do you think?
I cannot say that I believe that a normal, healthy woman would just wake up one morning and say, okay, I think I'll be a porn star. Out of the women that I've met that are in porn movies and that are in, skin magazines, Playboy, Penthouse, whatever, all of them have baggage, every single one of them.